What's going on? You already know what it is. Yes, Jonas, if you don't know, I am a traveler. I am content creator, book writer, pseudo philosopher. Um, I am just a dude that love chopping up with and bringing people on travel for the most part. Mainly the fellas, even though they don't support like they should. Other than that, shout out to everybody that does support. Shout out to my Patreon, all of that good stuff. You could have been anywhere in the world but you're here with me, and I appreciate that travel shit. Shout out to all of you for coming around. Let's talk about it. Is traveling complex or easy for men? At this point, I can say it's complex for a lot of men. Like I told you, the history of them. Like we already know how it is. Analysis is paralysis. If they say it's a third planet, we got to go with unverified truth. So many options equals perplexities, and so forth and so on. We know all the categories that people say or what they do when things become complex. For the person that wants to not be complex, I don't know. I don't know how I got into this mindset. I really can't think of it as of now. It hasn't been clear to me why it was so easy for me to travel. And shout out to all the hits I'm getting. Shout out to all the views I'm getting. I've gotten 15 subscribers since I lost 15. That's weird. So shout out to all of the new subscribers subscribing to the channel. Man, this is dope. This is dope to see that. I just had to say that real quick because I'm almost on the edge now of getting the 1,000 subscribers. Global Paper, what up, bro? But is it easy for men to travel or transition over to travel? For some, it's not. You heard me speak about this before. For lots, it's complex. I think it's very complex for a lot of people. I think it's very complex for a lot of men, and they don't know how to take it. They don't know how to take it. They don't know if they should even travel, if it's even possible. That's the difficult thing with a lot of people. They don't know. So, because they got to get over certain fears, certain things that are typical. And it's hard for a lot of brothers. It's hard for, you see them come in the chat, they don't know what to do. They don't know if they should continue spending. They don't know if they should continue with their sexual urges. They don't know if they should continue with listening to, listen, when you listen to so many voices or so many opinions, it actually brings complexity to things. It makes things complex when you listen to too many voices. That's why you get the most coherent and common sense people that you know, which is called the common sense approach, and you go from there. But in order for you to do that, you got to learn how to United and Houston having direct flights cuts down on. You got to know how to do it. I don't know who put that in there. Mark B, what up? Shout out to Mark B. Shout out to Mark B. You got to know how to do it. Do dudes make things complex? Yes, because they got, you know what I noticed? If men in America didn't have 60% or more of the woman's opinion in their mind, even when the women are around, it'd be a lot better for them. It'd be a lot better for them. I think that if men didn't have their mother's opinions over the years, if men didn't have their fathers, if men had their fathers in their lives, if men didn't have their aunts, and so much of this I think it'd be better for a lot of fellas, but they got so much of what women say, what women think. They got so much of, and I'm like, yo, like first dudes have to get over that, and that might take years. That might take years. So that's why travel is complex to them. That's why there's so many complexities in travel. Because think about it, you gotta, in order for somebody to listen to what you're saying, you gotta make it common sense to them. Their common sense, not your common sense. Their common sense. It has to be clear to them. It could be clear to you all day. It could be clear to 1,000 dudes around you. But if it's not clear to you, if it's not clear to them, you're done. You're done. You can't penetrate what they've learned. So, yo, I can show them women all day overseas. Yo, I don't know how Yesh got them. Yeah, it's difficult for me, right? The time you learn Portuguese, it all depends on what you want. I don't know who leaving those messages, but y'all can't leave so much in a message. It has to be like a few lines, and I'll be able to tell who it is. But it has to be a few lines. If it's past a few lines, they're not gonna let me see the name. But that's what happens. So I can show you that all day. I can show you women. You can always find the problem. Silky, what up, bro? I can show you a dope time. I can show me going to beaches. I can show me swimming with dolphins. I can show me in the Amazon. I can show me eating. No matter how many times I show you that on camera, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it because it's complex to you. Like dudes always tell me, yo, man, how do you travel so much? And I tell them how to travel. I'll be like, yo, this is how you do it. This is how you operate. I could give them the blueprint all day, but if it's not common sense to them, if it doesn't, like if you can't put it in the most ABC way, a lot of fellas don't get it. I don't care how old they are. When you put that men shouldn't be beefing, like we should come together, we shouldn't be beefing. We shouldn't do none of that. Rollo, what up? We shouldn't do any of that. Men, all they know is drama. All they know is beef. All they know is to carry on like their mothers, their aunts. It's becoming so normal now. And you got a group of us who are trying to block that out. We like, yeah, nah, dude. So with all that being said, it's hard for them to think that they can, my mind is clear and opportunities are opening. Yeah, so with that being said, you got guys who don't know. They don't know how to release it. They don't know. And I'm like, yo, this is what you do. That's not so common to me. It's not common sense because I don't feel good with being around people. And then they'll come up with that. Then they'll say, I say, yo, go walk in the park, go jog, go put on the headphones and walk in them. And nah, I don't feel like doing that. I like my okay, cool, right? So if you guys don't want it, if you don't like, I was talking to one of my friends, right? We was on the phone. He said, yo, I met this dude who's out there in he's from Brazil, and I told him how quick it was for you to learn Portuguese. And the first thing, let me give you the first response that he told me that he told me that the guy's first response was, man, he must really like Brazil. That was the dude's first response. That was his first response was, yo, he must really like Brazil. And I was like, and I thought about it. And I was like, how did I learn? Like it's some clarity. I was like, how did I? And it wasn't because I wanted it so badly. It's because it made sense to me to learn it, to avoid the complexities. Grabbing a translator, always pulling out your phone, and you know what happens in certain countries. You pull out your phone, it's gone, right? Hey, brother, do you know anything about the women in Canada, in Vancouver? No, I don't. Alexis, that's a lady. Um, so it was like, I didn't care about any of that. I was like, how my mind works, how can I alleviate the complex nature of pulling out your phone, or you could get robbed in these third world countries, um, not knowing the words, right? Because even if you pulled out the translator, you're still not going to know the ghetto, like the lingo, right? In the hood. I was like, let me learn this language so I can alleviate all of those blockades that's in the way from my travels. All the blockades. I was like, let me learn so I can have all of these blockades either dwindled with me learning at least 70% of it, 65%, or anything like that. Unlock the next stage. Yes. We're going to. Who is saying this stuff? So I said, well, let me get rid of the blockades in my mind. This is how I'm looking at approaching it. Not because I really wanted it. It's because I said, yo, if I learn this language, first of all, it's going to give me a new weapon, new arsenal, right? I said, yo, it's going to open my mind. I was like, it's going to get rid of everything that I don't know with the terms that the translator can't translate. The translator can't compute certain words or verbiage. So I was like, okay, well, let me learn some of the stuff that they say in the favelas. Let me learn some of the stuff they say in the heart of the Amazon. That's what my mind was thinking when I first started learning, right? And so I was like, let me get rid of all of these things that become, because that makes sense to me. That's common sense to me. For the other guy, his thought, and might be his only thought, is how can I be better at communicating with women? That might be common sense approach to him. So he'll learn, like, yo, how can I talk to her better? You see, that's his approach. So he'll learn a whole language because of women. Or not because of women, but the thought to be around women. The desire to be around women is more of a common sense approach to him. So I don't knock that dude. I'm like, all right, you want to learn it for women? Where here's how you do. Dating terms, this is what you do. Restaurant, look up the menu before you get to that country. I don't care what language is in. So I was approaching it like that for me. I was like, let me get the complexities on it. And I had different reasons to why. Where the next guy said, well, I want to be a stewardess. He said, I want to be a steward, right? Or I don't know if you could call him a stewardess, but I want to be, I don't even think they call him that anymore. I want to be a attendant, a flight attendant, right? So I want to be a flight attendant. So he said, yo, let me learn this language because I'm going to be a flight attendant. So it makes sense to him to learn a language because he'll be a flight attendant. So I was like, yo, this is crazy to me. I was like, this is crazy to me. Let me come at this in a common sense. That's why I wasn't like bombarding fellas. Oh, y'all just don't want to learn. You see, I stopped that the way I approach it because it's not common sense to a lot of fellas. They look at it like if you're gonna have a child over in India, right? It's best to learn whatever. If you're gonna have a child in a place where they speak Ungali, it's best to learn Ungali. It's best to learn Ungali. The life ain't for everyone, unfortunately. Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's best to learn Ungali. So I'm like, yo, if you want travel in your freaking life, don't make it complex. You know, if you go out every night, you at a bar, you at a club, you at a you at a strip club, you know for a fact that it's going to take away from your resources, or it's going to put you in a financial bond to not move how you want to move as far as international travel. So I'm like, common sense for you, if you want to travel, stop doing what you've been doing, right? And then some guys might look at that, they might get it. But for the other guys, they might look at it like, yo, I don't want to wait no 2.5, 3 months to have fun, man. I want to have fun every weekend. Is not common sense to them to wait, or what they say, delayed gratification. That's not common sense to them. They're like, nah, I don't want to do that. I want to have fun now. It makes sense to me to have fun now, so I can avoid the certain feelings or what I feel as pitfalls in my life. If I go out there and party, it's going to subside. That's what I said. If you could stay in a room with just you and your thoughts, you've mastered controlling your mind. If you could stay in a room with just you and your thoughts, right? Nothing else. No TV on, no radio on, no nothing. No thinking negative, no worried about what somebody said on no freaking podcast, or none of that. If you could sit in a room with just you and yourselves, right, as men, you mastered it. You mastered all what you need to do with keeping your mind focused, right? Keeping your mind set on or on something, whether it's a goal, whether it's just to lay down on the couch, whatever it is, right? If you can sit in there, you control your mind. So certain things can't get to you. But for those other fellas who haven't mastered that, they got to be in this, they got to go through this where they find out what's common sense to them. That's the only way you're going to do it. What's common sense to them, right? Because let me tell you, there was an incident that happened one year, right? There was this older lady. She was picking up paper with a bucket in her back. And I said, ma'am, why are you doing that? She said, it's something I've been doing for 30 years. And she's bending over, picking up. And I'm like, do you know you can hurt your back like that? The older you get, the more no, I'm used to it, right? So I was like, okay, well, let me present this to you. So I present a little picker, right? So, you squeeze the handle, it closes on the end, it picks up whatever you're trying to reach, right? So I said, yo, here's a picker. You know she wouldn't take it? She wouldn't take it. But for her, it makes common sense to pick up this paper. She thinks it's exercise. She thinks it helps with her back. She thinks that she's on old school ways. You using a picker would be lazy. You see what I'm saying? That's just a picker. That's not anything else. It helps you pick up paper off the ground so you don't have to bend over. And she didn't want it. And I was like, but to her, it makes more sense to do what she's been doing. Even though the complexities of her, what she can hurt, what she could do, she put more strain on her knees and bending up, getting up and down, and she's in her 60s. And then she always she complains about her knees sometimes. And I'm thinking like, I gave you a picker for this very thing. And it's just crazy. In my mind, I'm like, I'm alleviating you to have those pains and all that wear and tear on your knees by bending up, getting down, bending up, getting down, bending up, getting down for an hour. And I'm like, I'm alleviating it, trying to help, but it wasn't correct in her mind. So how can I help this lady? You can't. So I left it alone. But when she came back and complained, oh, my knee, and I'm like, your knees are connected to your back. All of this is an entire system. And whatever you do to the system, if you do one thing to it, it's going to affect other parts of the system if it's a major part of your system. And I'm like, but you can't tell her that. I could give her all the science all day. But it didn't make sense in her mind. So I'm like, if your knee hurting, it can probably be telling you that your back is. Did you ever go get checked out by a professional, one that's certified by the state or the government? Because at that point, it's out my hands. I can give her to say, "Oh, you're connected, and that's connected. Your eyes are connected to your nose. Your nostrils are connected to your ears. Your ears is connected to your throat." I could give people that science all day. You're going like, eh. So I just leave people alone. So eventually, she kept doing it, kept having problems. I said, "Okay, you can't help her." And I went on about my merry way. And then when she starts coming around complaining about her knee, I don't even mention it. I don't say, like some of you do, "Oh, you know your knees and all of that is connected." No, let her do her. She'll have to learn in time when she needs to learn. That's the thing I'm trying to get to a lot of fellas. I'm like, yo, you'll learn when you got to learn. Yo, yes, you guys want me to come on here and try to convince you how you're making travel complex instead of letting it flow. And I'm like, yo, dude, I'm not going to put this in your mind or try to convince you that you're making it more complex than what it is, right? You want to go out the country because somebody's out there and you getting a feeling, oh, I don't, knowing that you don't have the funds or knowing that you got a business deal coming up that you need to make. So knowing that you got money that you need to put aside for something, but instead, because somebody made it fun, it triggered you, yo, they overseas having fun. I'm like, dude, that shit don't work with me. Jay Cloud was just out the country. I wanted to go bad with him, but I didn't get on a flight and go. For what? For what? I'm trying to get t-shirt brands going. I'm trying to get promotion on my books to get better sales. I'm trying to learn more history while I'm sitting here. I'm trying to work and establish myself in other ventures. Why would I go overseas when it's not time for me to yet? Now, if you have the privilege to go, cool. But for me, all of the stuff that I want to accomplish before the year's over, I don't care. I can tell you I'm about to go to Timbuktu, and if I don't go because I got other responsibilities, don't come on here, oh, I apologize because I told you. No, that's stupid. I told you, like, remember that incident that happened last year? And I told you it was somebody in my ear last year talking about, yo, you ain't go to Brazil in April, or when you said you was going, yo, you need to go online and tell them. I said, I ain't telling nobody a motherfucking thing. I'm a grown damn man. If y'all don't rock with me, y'all don't rock with me. If y'all don't understand, y'all don't understand. If y'all don't want to listen to me, go to YouTube. I'm like, you think I'm supposed to go in there and plea and you have lost your everlasting mind. I said, it seems like people get mad at people who got control of their lives. When you say something they don't like, or when you don't say what they want you to say, they're gone or they get in. And these are men. These are men. So I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me to do that. And I'm not going to do it. They know there's a damn pan going on, right? They know all of this stuff is about. They said they closing down countries at the time. And I said, you expect me, it was June. I said, you expect me to just to placate to people's feelings? Dude, you're making this more complex than what it should be. Every fella know what's going on in the world. They should be okay with it. If they're not, they're making things difficult, not only for them, trying to make it difficult for me, for them to like me or support me. You're not making it difficult. You think you are, but you're building that in your mind. I'm not going to share his streams. Okay. But not only are you doing that, you're trying to act like you're putting difficulties on me or making my situation on YouTube complex, you think that by doing that, now your life is in shambles. And this is how you dudes, it could be all so easy, but you rather make it hard. The only thing you got to do is weigh the options, accept the options. God, please grant me this serenity to accept the things I can't change. Whatever that saying is. I don't care if you don't believe in God. But you get the point of that saying. You got to accept things that you can't control, but you can control traveling. You can control how you spend your money. You can control what babies you have in the United States of America or don't have. You can control what women you deal with when you don't. You can control if you care if people call you an incel, they call us tricks, they call us every type of name in a book. Now we V-cells. You know, I titled us V-cells, voluntarily celibate. Don't care. You control everything for you, but you rather make it difficult by ingesting trash in your mind, right? What you eat. You're allowing your brain to eat negative vibes. I'm like, I don't do that. I don't care what's going on to YouTube until they send it. You know what I was doing all day? I was working on my car. There was a bolt from stuck on my car that I need to get off. A bolt. And I spent damn near all day trying to get that bolt off. Hours. I don't care what's going on YouTube. I don't care what's going on in people's personal lives. No. You got too much damn time on your hands if you concerned with somebody's doing in their personal life. And that's a topic of discussion. Don't care. People say, yo, if people want to spend money on courses or information that is bad information, let them. You can't control that. You dudes are making all of this complex in your lives. I'm like, yo, the moment it makes sense when you let it all go. Let it all go. But I see a lot of guys aren't ready for international travel. They're not ready. They get hooked on a woman that they know they're not going to be able to see. Think about this. A dude to start dating a foreign woman, know he can't be in that country often, and put himself in a bind because he's still out here doing his thing, still out here doing it, instead of stacking his bread and saying, yo, I really like this girl. Why would you like somebody that you know you can't be around? Why would you catch feelings for somebody that you can't be around? And it's not you can't be around her. It's you making a choice not to be around her. You making it complex. You're still going out partying and that's taking money away from you going overseas to purchase your ticket. You're still going out there helping people, and you're going to injure yourself by going out there. You're still playing sports afterward. That shit keep dropping. It was doing that last stream, but I don't want to wrap it around my ears. But you're still going out there doing it. So why would you allow yourself, right, yourselves to like somebody, right, or possibly have feelings for them, knowing that you're making everything else complex to be around them? It makes no sense to me. You know you're like, yo, man, I'm rocking with her. Yo, she's young, she's beautiful. I'm like, but dude, you was at the strip club last night. You burned over $500. Dude, you just bought a car that you know you can't afford. Your car note is about $500. Dude, you know that you going to work and you going crazy on all your coworkers because you're full of anger, and you're eventually going to get fired if that continues. Dude, you know you shouldn't be on YouTube listening to all of this negative talk all over YouTube. People beefing, people accusing people of doing something, people worried about what's being said about them for people that are faceless images. I said, you know that's building anxiety, it's building frustration, is building that very thing that you're trying to get rid of, anger. And I tell them like, and then you come to me, right? While I'm watching all of this, I don't say anything till you come to me. And after I say something for the first time, I leave it alone. I told you about leaving it alone earlier. So I said, look at what you got all of this going on. And then after you depleted your resources, after your anger, your emotions are at an all-time high at that very moment, right? After you get the bills that come in the mail every month, right? After you being around people that you know are snakes that you shouldn't be hanging around, after you then got into so much division on your job, right? All of those things happen. And the list goes on and on and on of what people do to themselves every month, especially men. I'm speaking on men. Women do this all the time and they cool with it because they got this built up donkey resistance. I told you, women are hard headed, right? So they'll live up into their 40s telling dudes, yo, you got to have a perfect smile, you got to have a own house, you got to have yourself established. They got this long list. You got to be 6 foot. You got to represent a certain political party. You got to represent a certain religion. You got to talk about these religions. You got to get on subjects of what you think and how you feel, right? You got to be around my children or learn to be around, and the list goes on and on. So they're stubborn, right? Women are always going to get the bad end of the sticks. But I'm telling dudes, you don't want to, if you see the way women are doing now, why are you following that same blueprint? Obviously, you should look at it from a common sense, but again, it's not for everybody. So you just leave dudes alone and let them learn the hard way. So think about this. He got all of that stuff that happens to him every month. And then every month, the same days, either the 15th or the 30th, bills are going to come, all of this stuff is going to happen, even him making it hard on himself. He'd come by and say, man, and I can't travel. Oh! After all of that stuff that happens to my man every month, he gonna nap the nerve and say, yo, man, I really want to go see her and I can't travel. You done went through 20 things that you've done, right, that you shouldn't have, and then now you're blaming that she's too far away, right? You can't be around. Yeah, because that's the favorite thing. She's too far away. That's one of the go-tos that men use when they can't travel, right? All of the stuff that they do, all of the blockades that they put up. No. That doesn't matter. I'm going to blame it on she's too far. I'm going to blame it on I hate that I got to get on a flight and go overseas and go through the airport, right? I'm going to blame it on not the mismanagement of funds that you've done for the past 30 days or 15 days. No. So the list goes on and on and on of what dudes do. Oh, man. David Israel, what up, bro? Toast to you too, bro. So I'm not going to blame it on all what I've done. Let me point the finger outwardly so that way it can make me feel better. Dudes, they're living this complex life. I said, yo, work 3-4 jobs. I'm not working in no restaurant sweeping no floor. What? Yo, man, I understand all that, but man, I'm just going to sit back. Yo, you expect money to just jump in your lap? You got to do what you see how dudes making everything come. You know for a fact that you shouldn't be drinking 30 beers a day. I know travelers, they drinking like 30 beers a day. Liver's just shriveling up. Ulcers and all of that. Again, they're making their lives complex. See, I can look into all of that. And I'm like, dude, you just drank 30 beers and then you want to come to me and ask me for my advice. I'm like, yo, it can all be easy, bro. Alleviate your expenses. You don't need no Netflix. You don't need no HBO Max. You don't need no Apple TV. You don't need none of that. You don't need none of that. That alleviates most of your stuff right there. Easy process. Oh, man, I got to have my... Okay. Continue with the complexities, right? Okay, now that's being said. You work on your personality. Go get help. Go sit on somebody's couch if you feel rage or anger, along with other things that can help you. Be around brothers in positive environments. Go around animals if it make you feel better. Listen to music when you wake up in the morning. Listen to music when you go to sleep. Practice another language. These are stuff that can help you mentally. Stop ingesting YouTube. And okay, that's another thing off your list. Check. What else? Now, so I've told you how to remove. Now let's talk about how you bring finances in, right? Learn about newspapers. If you could become a newspaper deliverer, if you could become a person that wait tables and make dope tips for expensive companies. Y'all don't understand how some of these waiters and waitresses at these high-end restaurants, high-end places, how much tips they make. You could go do that, right? You could go work for Uber. You could do that also, right? You could go be a promoter. You can turn your car into a billboard. You could do all of these things for you. Extra money coming in your pocket. Stay your butt in the house. Stay your tail in the house. That's extra money coming in. That's why you earn. So now we got rid of loss, economic loss, right? We tackled that. We got rid of mental, sitting on somebody's couch, working with other people that's on. We found a third way how you can build resources, because everybody can't just sit on a couch, talk to people and say the same thing every damn day and make money. That's not you. You can't go and put an ad out online and all of a sudden people just start flocking. That's not you yet. So there's three things what we just tackled. Three. Just three simple steps that alleviate at least 70% of your problems. So those are common sense approaches, but you got to want it. You got to understand it. Rollo, thanks a lot. He said $5 for the bonus truth. Yes. Shout out to you, Rollo, for the cash app, man. Thank you. I rarely see those. And for the fellas that keep telling me to put my cash app in, my cash app is always in the description every time I go live. If y'all really want to donate, you'll go there. So these comments where y'all keep leaving me or emails, y'all don't know where your cash app at. It's even on my website. But with that being said, it's like it's crazy to me, yo. It's insane. Yo, what's going on, bro? It's insane how I hear this. I'm looking at things, and I'm not internalizing because I don't want your problems on me, right? Again, I'm not internalizing. I don't want your problems on me. I'm hearing you, and it's going in one ear and out the other because of the years I've been hearing this. I've been hearing so much for all these years. I'm like, okay, dude. But I'm trying to remove like complexities to the reasons why dudes are saying that travel is so hard, it's so difficult, international travel. No. And then the location. What location do you want to? The location is very important. Y'all seen the 3 steps to the location of how to become a 9-to-5 traveler? The location is very, very important. You dudes be wanting to go to Timbuktu and know that you only got 4 days to do something real quick. No. If you got to keep going to the same places, go to the same places or go to different places that you've never experienced before. You didn't go to Peru yet. Go to Peru. You haven't been to Panama yet. Go to Panama. Go to whatever's open for you to relieve yourself. Now, wear your mask, be protective. Make sure you don't be around people in no crazy spots and all of that. That's if you really want to go out there. If you don't, cool. Keep stacking your bread for the next 9 months, 10 months. But I'm saying, is this travel game for and I don't, like Silky said earlier, I don't think it's for everybody. Because dudes are so used to complexities or their life being so difficult and a drag, it became normal to them. It's like that cortisol in you that just keeps shooting. You don't even know what's happening. You think you're normal, you think you're happy when you're really still stressed out. Because the cortisol been boop, 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 often. Often. And I'm telling you, yo, this travel ain't for everybody. I wish it was, but it's not. I wish it for especially for them dudes who, because everything is a complex situation. Everything has to be a drag, and they don't see themselves as it not being a drag or a pull, or because they got about 1 million mental chains on you. They can't get rid of the mental chains, and they got anchors. So every time they walk in, 1,000 chains are dragging them mentally, and they can't even see it. But for us who get it, we get it. We're like, yo, we trying to alleviate all complexities, all difficulties. We trying to alleviate all. I know for a fact that if I mess with a woman in America, that something negative can come from that, and positivity could come from it also. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm thinking about the woman being a dollar sign. That's one of the most negative things that I could be around. A woman in America, to me, is a walking dollar sign. She's just a walking dollar sign to me. So why get with her? If I'm trying to stack money, why would I remove money? If I'm trying to get money back in my pocket, why would I want to date here? Because I know it's going to remove finances and resources out of my bank account. Why would I do that? I'm not going to date here. I'm not. I told you bro, I was looking at a chick earlier today that was passing in front of the tights on, walking her dog, body galore. So I had to look. She's right in my windshield, had to look. Body galore, gray tights, pink shirt, body galore, right? Precisely, a walking dollar sign is a spot on. Yup. So I was like, I said, yo, what happened to you? She got body galore, and all I can look at her is a dollar sign, a green dollar sign with sparkles along it. That's crazy how my brain works now. With sparkles all along the outer edge of the dollar sign symbol, right? With a leash, and there's no hand with the leash. All it is a dollar sign walking. I was like, damn, I really look at women like dollar signs. That's all I was looking at her, and just looked like money leaving out of my bank account, money leaving out of my pocket, money leaving out of my IRA of 401k, money, money, money. A green piece of money with sparkles on it. I was like, yo, I really locked that into my mind. What's the one that y'all helped me with before, where Jack Black was looking at the woman who was like 500 pounds, but she was skinny to him in his mind. And they had, what's the motivational speaker in there? Tony Robbins. They had him in a movie. Well, that movie, remember I explained this to y'all 2 years ago? That movie is the same thing I look at women now. Shallow Hal. Yeah, exactly. Thanks a lot, bro. Shallow Hal. I look at, like, instead of us being, I don't know what you could call it. See, the movie is called Shallow Hal, but we need to call it the truth of the expensive truth of Hal. Because these women are walking dollar signs. Oh, they killed her. Oh, snap. I'm watching this new show on HBO Max. And they was looking for her. He just had a baby while they was threatening her. The girl threatened her. I don't see how people live in those remote parts of the country. Somebody's sitting in his room. Oh. In the remote parts of the country, and don't you have a burner with you? Don't have you a gun, don't have alarm. Technology, see what I'm talking about? To them, it's not common sense to put. For me, it is. But other than that, it's crazy to me. It's insane to me how, oh, they found her. This is part one. I gotta finish watching this tomorrow. Let me turn this off so I can focus. I rarely watch TV still. Like I was watching Brazilian Portuguese this morning, and I didn't go to sleep till about 4 a.m. Still got back up early. But I was like, yo, we trying to alleviate that. It helps us if we continue to remove these complexities by making things aware. You know, overanalysis is paralysis. You know that. You know, you can't get to the moon. So if somebody tell you that there's alien on Mars, the only thing you can do is go to unverified truth, unverified belief, or truth, or unverified, whatever, because you can't verify it. We know that if you got too many options, you heard my quote. You got so many options that there is no option. Because we know when you have a lot of options, it breeds perplexity. So that's why I tell dudes, if you're going to get with one woman, that's what type of dude you are overseas. Get with one woman. Don't care what nobody think. Because so many options of women is going to be perplexed. And then out of nowhere, you're going to just start burning money, trying to be with all of those women. They calling you, trying to get you to send them money. Because now they think you girlfriend and boyfriend. Nah. Get with one woman if that's you. Don't listen to these dudes on YouTube who all acting like they players and all of that. They ain't no damn players. Get with one woman if that's what you choose overseas. If you choose to get married overseas, cool, get married. Have a ceremonial marriage. You don't need to sign no papers if you don't believe in that. Don't do what you ain't gonna do in America over there. Just don't do it. Just stop it. If you ain't gonna get married here, you don't need to get married in overseas. Or if you are gonna get married, or not gonna, make sure that the laws, if you're gonna get married overseas on paper, make sure that the laws don't correlate to American law. If you're gonna do it, just something to always protect you, fellas. That's all I care about. I don't care about none of these dudes up here talking this, trying to get you to spend money, trying to get you to waste money, trying to get you to focus on women, get away from me. Yo, I do so much per day. Just like I was working on my car all those hours. I do so much. How do dudes have time enough to keep talking to women like that? Obviously, you're not getting anything else done in your life if you only focus on women. At least, if you focus on women 10 to 14 hours a day, dude, you know how much stuff you're not getting done? Or you could be doing to put more money in your pocket? I can't do it, yo. Focus on women from 10 to 14 hours a day? That's absurd to me, bro. It was the really video I've seen all year in this. Huh? I don't know what you mean. Yeah, I gotta stop typing so much. It's gotta be about 4 lines and that's it. I can't read who name it is. If y'all put too much of the message in there at one time, put half of the message in first, copy and paste that bastard, and then put the second half of the message later, because you know I can't read it. So y'all got to put like 4 lines so I can see your name, and then when you put the rest of the message, I can tell it was you. But that's how it goes. I want dudes to really your video you posted. Which video, bro? Which video? And thank you for whatever video you're talking about. If it is the hottest video that you've seen this year, shout out to you, bro. I had one video that people were so mad at me. I had like 1,000 views and growing. And I deleted the channel. Was the one where I was talking about 4 days ago on Red Pill content. Oh, man, thanks a lot, bro. Yeah, that's true. I don't care what people say. Don't let people shame you for that video. I did it. I put it out. I'm not taking it down. I even put a thumbnail up there with the hands with the pills in them, with me smoking a cigar in a Brazilian shirt, a Brazilian flag color, and a Brazilian flag hat, because I'm not taking it down. I really felt that way, and the people around me, before y'all knew about me on YouTube, they felt that way. So I'm not taking it down. And they know I changed tremendously since that. And they know my rage when I got my passport was worse than my red pill rage. When I really said, yo, I really like fully saw the way women were. Now I saw them before and I was hard on them. But when I fully opened it up, I was like, oh man. But the passport rage was just as powerful, even more. And so thank you for that, bro. Shout out to you. I'm glad y'all. Hopefully, people share the stream, which I know a lot of guys aren't. Because somebody told me, he said, man, if you really gonna do stuff for all men, bro, your channel's never gonna grow. So I stay in Brazil. I self-taught myself. Okay, shout out to you, bro. He out there in Brazil. So Portuguese, Spanish, and I live amongst the community. Oh, shout out to you, bro. A lot of fellas that I used to meet who lived out in Brazil, they don't come around these chats no more. I don't see their names anymore or anything like that. They probably still listening or probably busy. They probably busy, but they probably listen because they want to tell their truths. But yeah, I plan on, since I can't do Europe and Europe is shutting down again, and they putting these stipulations out there, I guess I'm gonna do Brazil again. So I'll be out in Brazil in probably about 2 weeks. I'll be out there again. So just to make it my 2.5 months or 3 months that I didn't travel. I like to keep it in between 2.5, 3 months. Sometimes I go 4.5 months, sometimes 4 months. Sometimes 4 months. But who is the M who just said ASB travel? Who is that? I'm learning Portuguese too. Who is that? The M. All it says is the M. I can't see the rest of your name. So, with that being said, I just want to, like tonight. Oh, Marcus Love, shout out to you, bro. Tonight, I'm about to watch Kanan. You know, Kanan coming on 50 Cent's series that he got on Stars. I'm about to watch that. That's my solace to watch that. It reminds me of the 80s. So I like to see that. I like to see where we went wrong. I don't watch these things the good content, but I don't watch them to say, yo, I need to go there and do that or envy them on camera or anything like that. No. I studied linguistics in college. I ain't studied nothing and I'm picking up these languages. I ain't go to no damn college at all. Never spent not 1 foot or 1 hour in a damn classroom. So my brain just could compute. If I remove the complexities of stuff, my brain computes it and it receives it well. So I'm telling you, y'all need to start trying that. Remove the complexities first, and then you'll see like, oh, this is not so bad. I'm telling you, when you live your whole life like that, like, it'd be dope. Yeah, I just took some vitamins earlier. My first time taking these vitamins from this certain brand. And I drank a lot of water. Like while I was working on the car, I drank, y'all don't understand, I drink at least like 2.5 gallons of water a day. And that's even on a day where it's not hot. I take in that much water a day. So I drank these, I ingested these vitamins. It's just crazy, man. I ingested these vitamins and my body feels like it feels good. It's ready to go. So, and now I'm drinking wine. This is my first cup today. So I say, you know my motto, water in the morning, wine at night. I guess that's why I'm so skinny. Y'all see how skinny I am. I'm bony. So. I want to go jogging this week. I want to do my pull-ups tonight. Y'all know I'm always doing pull-ups. So I'm going to do my pull-ups tonight. Get those in, build up my back strength, and go from there. All right, fellas, I got to get off here. The show about to come on. I want to watch it. I want to eat something because I got to eat 4 hours before I go to sleep. So I probably don't go to sleep till I wake up. So All right, so I got to get it in. So let me get that out the way. Let me eat and drink now, because after that, I'm not ingesting anything for 4 hours. So, all right, fellas, peace. You always train. Yeah, man. So shout out to all of y'all, man. We in there like swimwear with no scuba gear. Brazil, mwah, magnificent forms of femininity. Shout out to Brazil. Oh, can't wait to get back to them lovely little somethings. Can't wait to eat that food that clears you out and turns your fucking waist green because it's so pure from the earth. Oh, I can't wait to sit on the beach and listen to the water crash and the people dance and run and oh, I can't wait to be in that environment. Since I can't go to nowhere else and they trying to limit us, they don't need my money. I'm going to take my money to the places that accept me. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, acai is off the hook. Oh, I wanted some peruco. I want some, jaraque. Oh, what else do I want? Man, I want so much in Brazil. They rice, arroz. Arroz e feijão. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What a place. What a damn place. But I don't want to live there for long because I want to deal with the entire world. So I don't want to live in Brazil for long. I'll probably live in there for 3 months and then bounce. And then come back to the U.S., regroup. You heard it here first. So people say, yo, you always said you wanted to go to Brazil. No, I don't want to go there for years. I want to go there for about 3 months because I want to do Europe. I want to do Europe. I want to do Asia. When all of this is over, I'll get a chance to do that. But if they keep putting restrictions, I'm not going to none of these places. I'm not going. I want to be able to live and when I go there instead of, I got to go in a certain time. I can't go in this restaurant because I don't have this. I can't. Nah. I'm not doing that. And when they deal with this and let it all be over, then we'll go from there. If it's never over and they trying to keep prolonging this, cool. And then I'll take my money to those places that want my economics, it want my resources, it want my time, it want my attention. Just simple. I alleviate complexity. So, all right. With that being said, stop making it complex, fellas. You get to travel. Hear the steps that I broke down throughout all of my lingo and jargon. You should be able to hear the actual message. The actual message. I go live and I don't write none of this down. I pick a topic and get on live with it. And then my brain start kicking in all of the studies I've done. Now it kicks in more days than others. Today it was a real mentally stressful day trying to maneuver with this car situation. So on days is better. Y'all don't support, I'm going to stop going live and just put out videos every now and then because I need to be out here making money, man. Peace.